Hello everyone, it's time for some more text Murphy. Okay, I don't think I saved here, but that's fine.
I'll bet this is where they're keeping Mason Bauer since security is so tight. I better be careful to stay in the shadows. Authority. My guess is this isn't some fancy detox center. Peace. Security key. You bet your sweet Bippy I'm picking that up.
And that's about it for this room.
That's a security badge. Serenity. Obedience. This must be Mason Bauer's room, and it's got security lights on. I'm toast if I walk into that.
Alright, so now I have to wait for this guy again, right? Yep, that's the rotation.
Wisdom. Rebirth.
To them here. And just like that, now it's easy.
Purity.
I think he cannot see me here, or he doesn't care about me if I'm not in his little line of sight. Okay, so let's see. Nothing here. I need to pick up this.
A simple bookmark. Or is it?
Or is it?
Like an Ike Hammer candy comic. The Case of the Not So Thin Man. I'll put this in my comic book collection in my office. Looks
It's
like
not
an
so
armoire
bad.
key.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. I need to go back and get that other mask.
Booga booga booga.
Alright, so left down, yep, left down, right up, and turn off, and that's about it. Now I can move unseen.
Bowers? Mason Bowers. Anybody home? Bowers? Yeah, you don't remember anything, do you? I'm gonna have to bring something back to cut you out of here.
No. They told me. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared too. But these people, they're trying to hurt you. I'm here to help you, okay? But to do that, I need your help. Look, have you got anything? Anything at all that I can use? Anything in your pockets?
Just the...
Yeah, those are nice. I need them. Say, look,
Those are mine.
Relax. Stay here.
Those are mine.
Yeah, I'll be back, and you have a great day.
Those are mine! Those are mine! Dave! 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 Come back here! What did you do? Dave! They're mine! Dave! You come back here! You come back!
Seeing Bowers so unbalanced and paranoid was not a real confidence builder on what the future had in store for me. I'm dealing with something far beyond my level of expertise, and I need some professional advice from my new best friend, Dr. Kate Donahue.
Oh, here we go again with Dr. Kate.
Glad to see you're still alive.
I think I clicked on childhood memories last time. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, since I haven't paid my first bill.
So your test results came back. Have you ever
Nice.
been in the military or undergone any behavioral therapies?
Oh, let's see. Close enough, maybe?
Well, one of my exes tried to put me in obedience school. Does that count?
Back around 2020, a controversial therapy was developed, initially to help victims of trauma. It was known as a trance inducer. Nanites were used to target specific memories, blocking brain signals, essentially erasing the traumatic memories. The military started to use it to treat post-traumatic stress, but then they and other government agencies discovered more off-label purposes.
And somehow it's ended up in my system.
Oh, how convenient.
Whoever injected you coupled it with a verbal cue, a trance key. It's a phrase spoken to trigger a response. To restore your memory, you need an antidote serum known as a trance interrupter, and then the trance key.
On the right track?
Well, I appreciate the info, Doc. Now, at least I know what I'm looking for.
That's the bad news. But if you get the serum and your key,
What?
your recall should be strong as ever.
How? How is this? Anyway, I guess because he was being sarcastic. Let's see. I think I clicked on this last time, so let's go for tongue in cheek. Or did I click on play doctor? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll try and remember that.
Alright.
Let's just keep this professional, shall we?
So, no chance you said? That's twice in a row now, come on man.
I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded.
Okay.
I believe he runs a diner over by Telegraph Hill. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this. I've checked around, and it's not stocked by any medical facilities. You'll need your trance key to restore your memory, and the only way you'll find it is to get it from the person who injected you with the trance inducer. I have no idea what the trance key might be, of course, but it would likely be a short, fairly unique phrase.
Before I return to Cymon, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and its trance key.
Phone message waiting.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm back.
Mr. Murphy, please tell me you have news about Mason.
He's being held at a place called Cymon, which is some crazed cult where the lunatics are in charge. I'm not going to alert the police because they might dispose of Mason. I think I better handle this myself.
But why would you put yourself in so much danger?
Because someone's taken 7 years of my life from me and I want it back. If there's a way I can discover what happened and somehow restore my memories, I'll take that chance.
Well, I hope you do get that chance. My name is Thompson Alt. I'll get back with you soon. Good luck, Mr. Murphy.
Okay. Hey, not bad, not bad. I wonder, can I go back to the resort? No, so this was possibly a one-time event. I can go back to the beach house now, but that's because, well, I kinda need to go back there. Whereas the resort, I guess I don't need to go back to it. Oh, I have a save, so I can
Not again. You're gonna get
reload.
me fired. Or worse. Sorry. I don't know if this has anything to do with this trans key you're talking about, but after that 48 Pandian flew off, I circled back. I took a quick look around and saw a fresh hypo on the ground along with a few cards. I grabbed them. If you want them, just don't tell the cops I gave them to you.
Oh, fresh hypo. Okay.
You think we got something that expensive here?
Yeah.
And you know you gotta have a license to carry one, right? Look, I have one of my own. I'll give it to you. But only if you swear that it squares us up.
Before I return to Cymon, I'll need a laser blade to cut Bowers free, the trance interrupter serum, and his trance key. Man, this is a nightmare. I fly back to the beach house to see if the cards Mason had on him can be used here. When I arrive, there's a familiar face waiting at the door, looking for an update.
You found Mason. Is he okay?
Well, physically, but mentally he's had a taste of his own medicine and it doesn't suit him.
Where is he?
It's a place called Cymon, and I can't tell whether he's being held for his own protection or against his will.
So, what do we do now? If we don't know why he's there, we shouldn't get the police involved, right?
Yeah, these boys play for keeps. I'm afraid if we break in on him, Mason may disappear for good.
You said you don't think he knows who he is. What does that mean?
He's been shot up by something called the trance inducer. And if we don't get Mason's memory back, all three of us may be stuck at this dead end.
I'm so grateful you're doing this. I don't know who else I could turn to. I still care for Mason, but we haven't been close in a long time. You seem so tough and self-reliant.
Well, being a PI is a very rough business.
Isn't the rough business always more exciting? Maybe when Mason is back to his normal state and out of danger.
Look, I'm no hero. I'm doing this to get my memory back. But perhaps later we could talk about this.
Perhaps is so full of possibilities. Is there a more intriguing or tantalizing word?
Perhaps. But right now I've got to find something to help me get Mason out of Cymon.
I'll leave you to it. Good luck, Tex. I've got to go. But you know how to get a hold of me if there's anything you need.
Alright.
Don't get it? I just don't get it. These women, why are they interested in you?
Maybe you need to get your optical sensors checked.
Wow. The material Taylor and the look Mojo was giving you, I'd say losing 7 years has done wonders for your charisma. Hey, have you considered wiping a few more? Oh, and that was a nice catsuit, by the way. Can we pick up one in my size? Ugh.
This must be the trance interrupter medication. And there's only one dose.
Sure is. Time to go back.
Mason! How are you today? How's everything going here at the camp? 4 clubs. 4 clubs. 4 clubs, Mason. Come on, wake up. Come on, don't be deaf, dumb, and stupid. Please, Mason, wake up. That's it. Come on.
Tex, where are we?
In a whole lot of trouble.
Is that the transinterrupter? What have you done?
Brought you back from Zombieland. These guys wiped your memory.
Oh no,
No,
this
they didn't.
I
I
chose
did.
that time.
What?
Oops.
How would you do that?
Oh, God. Now they can find out everything I know. How could you do this?
Oh, well, maybe because I want my memory back. Your friend said you're the only one who could help.
My friend?
Yeah, the one who came for the cryo chamber.
So he has it. The cryo chamber's safe?
Yes, he has it. So where do I get more serum? There's only one dose and you're safe. And what the hell's my trans key?
Margaret injected you. She's the only one who could have helped you.
Yeah, and she's dead. And I'm pretty sure her head was the main ingredient in that soup can of yours. Why'd you cut off her head?
I didn't. It was Maldonado. I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah, well, don't mince words, because it was your idea.
Margaret double-crossed us. She came up with her own plan, but I think we stopped her before she could give it to the translator.
Well, you don't come across as totally insane.
She knew things, but she'd given up hope. However, some of us still believe. It wasn't fair of her to take those things to the grave. And I have the technology to tap what's inside her memories, even after death.
Well, I stand corrected. You are insane.
You were in on it with us. We were all looking for the Tesla egg. But you're the one who found it in the wall of your apartment. I was still working from the inside, letting you all know what the translator was doing. By then, Margaret had stolen the egg and disappeared. I was afraid she switched sides, so I hired Maldonado to do surveillance on the Ritz, hoping she'd show up.
Yeah, and she did. She and that big mutant came by and injected me.
I caught up to her at the door of her apartment. All I wanted to do was talk, but she clutched her chest and collapsed. Dead before she hit the floor. Decapitation was the last resort.
So when does the abduction come in?
I called Maldonado just when the translator's henchmen arrived. Maldonado brought the cryo chamber while I created a diversion. While they were chasing me, he did the deed. Then I used the transinducer on myself. We'll rendezvous with my friend. We gotta find that egg before the translator does.
All right, but let's swing by and get your wife, too, because she's been worried sick about you.
My wife? I don't have a wife.
Very good, Tex. You continually impress.
The cryo chamber. It holds your answers. Don't let him find it.
Welcome back, Tex. You certainly have a gift for making things interesting.
Yeah, it's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I assume you have no idea who we are.
Well, let me just save some time here. I have no memory of you or anything else since this bastard here shot me and my girlfriend 7 years ago.
Yes. Margaret made sure of that, didn't she? Willing to die just to keep you out of the equation, undermining me at every turn, right up until the end.
I need to know one thing. Did you kill Chelsea?
You could say that.
Don't move.
It's a long story, Tex. Maybe some other time.
Just tell me what happened to Chelsea.
Dalton, would you please answer Tex's question?
My pleasure. We'd stolen your speeder, of course. After I sedated you and Chelsea, you were taken to a place where we could search your memories for leads to Margaret Leonard's whereabouts. When that failed, I staged Chelsea's death, attempting to draw Leonard out of hiding. We left identifiable DNA inside your burned-out speeder.
Which, incidentally, was uninsured.
Leonard didn't fall for it, unfortunately. Eventually, we let Chelsea go, and I never saw her again.
This was all before I returned. I've never seen Chelsea.
I haven't seen her either. As far as you know.
And you are?
I am the translator.
Is translating your profession or a hobby?
It is my mission and my destiny.
Well, I guess that makes 1,000,002 questions that I have. Everything would be a lot easier if you just unlock my memory.
I would if I could, Tex, believe me. Unfortunately, Margaret took your trance key to her grave.
What? I'm supposed to believe that I'm on your guys' side for whatever's going on here?
That's right. We're all in this together.
We united in a common goal. It was a goal Margaret and I used to share many years ago. But she lost hope after I died.
You're Joe Hansen? Margaret Leonard's husband? The FBI agent who stole the Tesla cash?
I am. And I did. But when I learned what we'd taken from Tesla and buried in our vaults, what amazing technologies he had to offer the world, it became my dream to complete his work. But then I was diagnosed with terminal cancer. I had little time left, so we decided that I should be preserved in a cryogenic state in hopes that a cure could be found someday.
But now you're here, alive again, so who's the one who brought you back?
Margaret refused. She said it wasn't safe yet. I tried to pressure her and she disappeared.
In the end, it was Mason who completed the reanimation.
What was it like?
Indescribable. I saw eternity. And I returned with a renewed sense of purpose. I finally saw the true vision of Tesla's work.
So if Mason brought you back, why did he turn against you?
Margaret can be very persuasive. I think she convinced Mason that my work was too risky. But she couldn't convince you, Tex.
I'm a little lost here. Why do you need me?
Margaret held one last piece of the puzzle. The Tesla egg. It is the nucleus of the atom. Without it, the spirit radio has little effect. But with it, the veil between living and dead will vanish, and we will all exist within the immortal coil. We have work to do. You're free to go, Tex.
These guys must be playing some kind of mind trick on me. This has got to be a setup of some kind.
Tex, buddy, I'm afraid I haven't been totally straight with you. But over the last 7 years, you have become a lying, womanizing, duplicitous, two-timing cutthroat who plays both sides against the middle for money, and is partners with the gentleman who just left the room. I thought you could just walk away from the person you'd become, but I see that fate may have something else in mind.
After I returned from Cymon, I called Alt to tell him Mason Bowers had taken a 40-foot leap. The guy was so broken up, he hung up the phone. I'm not sure if Bowers' death ended Alt's interest in this whole sorry mess, but my gut tells me I'll need his help if I'm ever going to solve this case. I decided to visit St. Germain to find more information about the Tesla egg.
So, how goes the investigation? I don't suppose you have any news regarding that egg we talked about?
Well, everybody's talking about the Tesla egg, but I think I've got a lead on it.
Ah, the egg of Columbus, the copper egg. Unveiled by Tesla at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, it was the very heart of a small prototype that, some say, would become his most notorious invention.
You seem underwhelmed, and that's not good.
You know the story of Tunguska?
Well, I do now.
If you believe, as many do, that the Tunguska explosion was caused by the Tesla death ray, and you believe that the Tesla egg is a core component of the death ray, well, then the egg would be of immense fortune. Tell me, what do you believe, Mr. Murphy?
I believe you know a lot more than you're telling me.
Are you familiar with Paradise Lost?
Isn't that one of those resorts for swingers?
Paradise Lost is a poem about the great divide in heaven when Lucifer was cast out. After his banishment, Lucifer swore revenge and created an army of his own. He and his followers waited in darkness for their chance to strike back at the god who cast them out. After a 3-day battle against the faithful angels, the forces of evil were banished from heaven for all eternity.
Well, I like it when the good guys win.
Yes. But what if the war were not over? What if Lucifer had not been defeated but lay in wait, preparing for his chance to overthrow heaven?
Well, debating hypothetical fairy tales is a little nerdy for me.
Look at the world around you. Did heaven win the battle? Man has created hell on earth. And the longer man exists, the further he descends from the wisdom and discernment needed to overcome the darkness. At his core, he's a grasping, clawing, foolish creature, willing to commit any sin to appease his base and greedy nature.
I thought I was jaded. You really think we're as bad as all that?
There are still some who give me hope. You, I'm not sure about. Your role, whether for good or evil, has yet to be determined.
He's not so bad. Does he have the egg?
No, my dear. Entirely the wrong egg. An interesting trinket, to be sure, but not the egg I'm searching for.
Well, if it isn't Ariel Bowers. You know, I hope I pronounced that correctly because Bowers doesn't have a wife.
Great work, Detective. How long did that take to figure out?
Not long, after Bowers told me.
I have to confess, I haven't been totally honest with you on some things.
Just some?
I didn't know who you were when you first interrupted my own search of Bowers' place.
And what were you doing there?
I work for an organization you wouldn't have heard of. We're based out of St. Petersburg.
Florida.
Russia.
How about you?
I don't work for anyone. Just the greater good. And my own little passions, of course. Ariel and I have crossed paths on several occasions. This time we seem to have some objectives in common, so we pooled our resources.
Yeah, I'm well familiar with Ariel's resources. How common are your objectives and mine?
That depends. You the kind of man who lets innocent people die?
Not normally, no.
You've heard of the Tesla Legacy Society. At one time, it had a membership of hundreds. After Charles Johansson died, the numbers dwindled. Some time ago, all those people vanished without a trace. I'd hoped to find some answers from Bowers.
Oh, I got news for you. He's not dead. He's back.
He's the translator, I presume.
The one building the immortal coil. You say you like it when the good guys win? You plan on doing anything about that?
Oh, sure. Leave it to me, as always. What are you two gonna do about it?
This is not my battle to fight.
He knows me. I won't be able to get close to him like you can.
You shall have to find the Tesla egg first. Of course.
Great. I didn't even think of that. Well, if you don't have any more helpful tips...
Until we meet again, Mr. Murphy. And something tells me we will.
Until next time. Kiss for luck. You'll need it.
After visiting with St. Germain, the former Mrs. Bowers invites me to a place called the Resort and says she has information to exchange.
Well, well. If it isn't Dudley Do-Right. Caught me red-handed.
And if it isn't Natasha Vitale, you and Boris Barinov have certainly pulled a fast one on me.
Saint Germain isn't part of this. He's a collector looking for the Fabergé egg. I'm an agent looking to infiltrate the translator.
Oh really? But you just said you don't want to get close to him or anything. Anyway, I don't even remember anymore what I chose when it comes to these options. Let's go for career path.
Oh, so now you're a secret agent. What's next? Gonna be a pirate?
No,
Oh, that's
I really
exactly what I
am.
chose.
The organization I work for,
Whoops.
you couldn't pronounce it, but in English it's called the White Guard. We've been monitoring the translator for years. We've had our eye on you as well. So are you going to interrogate me? I have so much to confess.
No, not this time.
So you're sure I couldn't pronounce that Russian name? I'm pretty good at pronunciation.
I'll be honest with you. I need your help, Tex. And I can help you, but I had to find out where your loyalties were.
My loyalties lie with me. Nobody else.
That's why we're here, together, alone. I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of ordering some food. Should be here any minute. I thought we could have a bite, get to know each other a little better.
Set the spider to the fly.
I told you, Tex, I've had my eye on you for a while. And as you know, I'm not married. Who knows what lies ahead?
Lies ahead?
I do
That may
know
be the
that.
truest thing you've ever said to me.
It's a rough world out there. Any of us could be dead tomorrow. I live in the moment. And right now, I want that moment to be with you.
So your girl means Chelsea, I assume. That's what I thought last time, but the way they've worded it here, I mean... Actually, there is a bonus to all of this. I don't know which path I'm on right now, so that's fun. Don't make commitment, I guess.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Nice.
So full of possibilities. Is there a more intriguing or enticing word?
Perhaps.
Must be the food. Do you mind getting it while I change?
Okay.
Perhaps.
This will be interesting.
Hey, cowboy. I was hoping I'd find you here.
Alone or with somebody else?
Taylor, it's so good to see you, but boy, am I pushed right now. You know, maybe we could talk tomorrow over breakfast.
I'm thinking a massage, a can of Red Bull to get you back into fighting shape.
Red Bull, eh?
I'm sure you can go at least a couple rounds.
For one or beat him to the punch. So which is which now? Man. I don't know if I like where this is going. Let's see.
Okay. There's a woman in my bathroom.
Oh. Why is there a woman in your bathroom?
Better to jump ship? I may have lost the ways now. Direct tailor to Ariel. Okay.
Ready to eat?
Well, I guess you can ask her yourself.
I'm famished.
Defend yourself, hope for the best, be thoughtful. Wow, this is a loaded field. Be thoughtful, I guess.
I hope you ordered enough for 3.
Oh no, not
So
this.
her?
Oh, a menage a text. Okay.
This is Taylor. We're getting back together.
Oh, she gets to slap him too.
Who was that?
Who knows? She said she was Mason Bauer's wife, but she wasn't.
Interesting outfit.
I think she may have been trying to seduce me.
And why did she slap you?
Well, obviously, she didn't succeed.
I'm glad.
Really?
So what do you want to do now?
We good?
Well, we have food coming and wine chilling.
Oh, I've got a lot of catching up to do. Sounds like a perfect way to start.
Okay.
Taylor's something special, and I don't want to lose her.
I
There's
managed
a
it
magic
somehow.
she has. She's so accepting, and she puts me at ease. I used to believe Chelsea was the perfect one for me, but time and circumstances change, even if you don't want them to. As hard as you try, you can't go home again. Me and Taylor head back to my office on Chandler, where she insists on being brought up to speed on the case.
That's good.
It's horrible what happened to Mason. And this is gonna sound terrible, but now he's gone, how are we ever gonna get your memory back?
Well, something tells me my memory may end up being the least of our worries here.
So if I've got this right, Dalton got Mason to thaw out Joe Hansen, who came back after 30 years with a few screws loose, calling himself the translator. And now he's building something called the Immortal Coil, which requires the spirit radio and the Tesla's egg, whatever that is. Do you really believe all that stuff about the radio and being able to contact this woman?
I don't know. You told me yesterday that Charles Johansson could come back from the dead. I wouldn't have believed that either, except I saw him with my own eyes. This is worth a try. I just need to find out what Margaret did with the egg.
Maybe you can pick her brain. Sorry, that's mean.
Who knows? Maybe that's why they cut off her head. I mean, Maldonado and Bowers both died protecting it, keeping it away from the translator, so maybe there's a way to tap into Margaret's memories directly from her brain. I don't know how else her head would have anything to do with the spirit radio or the Immortal Coil.
Well, cowboy, before you get too crazy, you might want to follow up on a lead I found for you. Called in some favors and found information on a property listed outside the city in Margaret Leonard's name. I thought we could go check it out. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Well, in order for me to get lucky, nothing unlucky has to happen to you, so I'm going by myself.
God, I love your tough guy shtick. You may just get lucky before, during, and after.
Oh yeah. Alright. So that's how you find out about that.
So who is Margaret Leonard
location.
really? Is she a modern Dr. Mengele experimenting on damaged human beings for her own gratification? And why is she the critical key to my world over the last 7 years? My head's still spinning when I spot the location 200 feet below me.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Of course, I've always
You
got a bad
always,
feeling.
yeah, you always got a bad feeling about this.
Could you just go ahead and place me in a hard
And
case?
that too. Alright, I'm gonna save here because I don't think I've saved recently, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
It's a plank. Well, that might come in handy.
There was one more somewhere over here. There it is.
This'll come in handy. Part of the bridge has collapsed, and I shouldn't even think about trying to swim across that water. Well, that's a screwdriver, and it'd be useful to me if it weren't surrounded
I
by
wonder
toxic
if
I'll need to find some way to grab it without burning my
they have
hands
an
off.
extra animation for this. I think they have.
Sign says the water's toxic, but how dangerous could it be?
Has there ever been a bigger idiot than you?
Nice. Yeah, I didn't try that last time.
Nice.
And one more.
Well, I could use that. That man over there could be Mantis. Bucket of nails is always helpful when you... You know, I've always thought that wood is a key ingredient to starting any fire.
Why does this have to be so heavy?
Okay, nails and planks.
Dear God.
Nails and planks and hammer.
I gotta admit, sometimes when you play God, things come
And
out okay.
put it on the ladder. Just like that. Alright. Get in this
Mike and I
little
camera candy
thingy.
comic, Cinnamon Twist. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office.
And then getting the
I
ladder.
fixed it, and it appears to be some sort of ladder.
Yes, exactly. Some sort of ladder.
This card could be used to get in the front door.
Who are you?
Nope. I have no. I probably chose this. Ready for adventure?
I'm a Morlock hunter. Hunter. Let's go get those bastards.
That was. Speak Morlock, make a friend. Self-righteous travel. Ooh, that's a very inviting. I think I may have chosen that last time though. I don't know, let's go for a self-righteous troll.
Look, there's no need for name calling, okay, or flesh tearing off.
Friend? Slave! Killer!
Alright. Press for information.
Slade? Are you talking Big Jim Slade?
Get it out of my head!
Curiosity.
What exactly is in your head? You might want to tell me before my flight response kicks in here.
Help me! Slade! Die! Die!
Kids. They never shut the door when they go out to play. That must be Mantis, and my guess is Margaret Leonard left some medication to control his affliction somewhere in the swamp house. Yep, garden shears are perfect for trimming grass, bushes, or stubborn branches. I wonder if there's a way to get these valerian flowers to grow quickly.
Perhaps. Looks like something here. There's this.
Sucker's game.
And
I
this.
never cared for pliers. Got lots of bad dental memories.
And not here. There is, and this.
The Mike and Ike Hammer Candy Comic. Double Fudge Indemnity. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. Someone's writing their letter to Santa early this year. This key belongs to an Ultra Pro 900 lock. Oh, I love sticky notes, and I just used my last one. Wait, something's written on this one. It's an empty vial. Whoa, that's one old vid phone.
I don't have anything yet. Yep, I don't have anything yet.
Hey, don't.
So what was this code for?
There's a VidPhone message code on here. I could use this on a VidPhone to retrieve messages.
So use sticky note on VidPhone. Okay.
Margaret, we followed your instructions and combined the valerian flower petals with alcohol in a vial, placed it in the chemical mixer, then administered the serum to the subjects via syringe. However, this only momentarily suppressed rage in the Morlocks. There needs to be a more permanent solution.
Oh, there isn't.
I know tongs are great for pulling my chestnuts out of the fire. Grapple arm? I've always wanted one of these. They're good for reaching items just out of my grasp or in a dangerous situation.
Okay. Here we have all of this. Oh, I can take that. Yes, indeed.
What's a pot? For planting seeds. Well, another matchbook to add to my collection. Very handy when you're venturing into public bathrooms.
Oh, nothing happened.
The zipper on this cushion stuck.
Where's this one? Was it this?
It's a safe key.
It's a safe key. Oh, that goes into the safe upstairs. I think this is not pointing in the right direction. Right.
Something big just moved, and there's smoke coming out from behind the panel. I need to unscrew that cog from the wall before I can repair it.
Well, here we go. Oh, wait, there was a comic back here somewhere, I think. There it is.
Yeah, it's an Ultra Pro 900 lock.
I know what you're
I'll
thinking.
take this.
That's not a good idea.
Oh, it's C4 chewing gum. This stuff packs quite a wallop, but oh, it is grape. I love grape flavor. On second thought, I better find another use for this.
Yeah, on second thought, maybe not.
Is this? It is. It's actual moonshine.
Yup. Can I start combining things now?
Dear God.
I guess so.
Maybe try something else.
Really? What am I forgetting?
I'll need to shine a powerful light on this plant to make it grow faster.
Yeah.
The
So really
XBR
needs
1000 greenhouse light.
Wrong spot. I know why I thought I had to go on that thing.
Well, that might come in handy.
Okay, have the vial, have this.
Dear God. Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner!
Alright.
Well, maybe I should get something to...
Oh, okay. I forgot a little bit. What happens now? Oh, now this happens.
Maybe that was a little overkill, but...
You think?
I'm sure Thor's big hammer here could straighten a few things out. The cog's fixed and ready to be put back.
Okay, I won't put the road just yet. That's nothing. I now have to solve this piece of work over here, so that will take me some time. Alright. Yep, that's correct. I have no idea which goes where. I was missing top. Okay, these were on the bottom. This was on top. And this is inconvenient. Oh, so this has to be here. Well, there's no one wrong way to try and do it. Now I have to tear everything down. This has to stay down here. Oh, this needs to be hooked up as well. Alright, finally I did this. Oh, actually this has to be here. Kind of like that. Yay, the recitation works. What was it? 376. I wonder if you can use this without solving it. Although I kinda like solving it. It's part of the game.
The picture looks similar to the one downstairs. Except the one downstairs had 3 numbers on it.
Yep. Barely visible.
Security card.
Oh, and now there's this. Okay. Oh, let's see, how was this? One of these 3. Where is the 3? It's the 4th one. Three and 5 go together. One and 4. So what is this? 2 and 5. Well, now I have another way to show these two. So let's see. Was it 1 and 4? Yes, it was. Almost. Yeah, I think 2 is like the easiest one to set up, so we go for that one first, and then for the other relations. That's 3 and 5, 1 and 5, 1 and 4, 3 and 5. So close. Nope. Okay, well, maybe we'll have to fiddle with this, see what happens. Oh no, I don't want this. Okay, actually calculate the steps. Alright, that works. Seemingly long-winded way.
Yeah, Margaret made sure this place was soundproof.
I've assembled the spirit radio. Tonight will be my first attempt to contact my husband. The radio is working. I hear voices that are incoherent, eerie, and tantalizing. There must be some way to amplify the power. My last attempt was a near disaster, similar to what happened to Tesla back in 1899. The frequency caused a vibration that increased until I thought the house would split in two. I had to smash the radio. Now I have to start all over. I don't want to get my hopes too high, but I believe I've made contact. I brought the radio into the lab, and I swear that being close to Charles's cryo chamber has intensified the signal. I'm sure it's his voice, but I can't understand what he's saying. I've recorded hours of the voice and had experts analyze the audio from every angle. We've deciphered 3 words: void, return, immortal. I've reached an impasse. I wonder if the Tesla egg, could it amplify the radio's power? It's been weeks since I've heard Charles's voice on the spirit radio. I wonder if the Gideon parasites have moved ahead without me and brought him back to life. It's been years since I made an entry in this video journal. Charles is dead and lost to me forever, and I will die soon. The translator lives, and one way or another, whoever sees this, Mantis, Mason, it's up to you to stop the translator.
Stopping the translator isn't going to be easy.
No pressure.
The spirit radio seem to be the keys. Somehow the information Margaret Leonard took to the grave needs to be uncovered. Is that even possible? I have an eerie feeling it is. There's more books in here than in my county library. Cursed government spending cuts.
Nothing else here. I guess I can do this once again. So that's fun.
That's the interocitor IQ measurement system. I should try this baby out and see what a genius I am.
Don't text. You may not like what you find.
Quick.
Dr. Zaius was right.
Take it off.
A man like you was inferior to the simian in every way.
Alright. So, there's this.
Hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Mantis's pain.
Okay. Just making sure I don't miss anything. Seems like not.
Looks like something unethical happened in here. Well, I won't be able to use this fireplace. It's got a vent cover. Books help me become more learned. I waited near the front door, ready for him to show up, but not as ready as I should have been.
Sorry. I can't control it.
Ignore the objects.
Well, I hadn't even noticed because you hide it so well. You're the one that prays, aren't you?
Yes. I am Mantis.
Religious beliefs. PI litmus test.
Praying mantis? Oh, I am losing my touch. Any PI with assault would have figured that one out.
That was Margaret's code. So she did send you. It just seems strange she took such a risk coming to see you. So she could give you the injection.
How do you know about that?
Because I was there. And she wanted you to forget everything you had done.
Yeah, well, she pretty much accomplished that.
Yeah. And here you are. Seems kind of strange.
Strange? You know what I find strange? I saw a video of Margaret torturing you.
She wasn't torturing me. She had been helping me for a very long time.
But you're a Morlock. She made you this way.
You can't blame her. I chose this path. I volunteered to take one of the greatest technological leaps of all time. Crowd technology. I was one of the founding members of the Tesla Legacy Society. Along with others, I allowed myself to die and be brought back. We dreamed of waking to a world reborn. We found ourselves worse off than before. And worst of all, we no longer were the people we had been. The cryosleep had unforeseen complications.
Well, at least cryogenics is now partially covered under major medical.
Only a few of us escaped the physical deformities from the freeze. Worse is what it did to our minds. Drove us to madness.
So how come the Tesla Society hasn't taken care of you guys? Certainly the burden shouldn't just fall on Margaret.
The Tesla Legacy Society and its creations are no more.
So what happened? I mean, I know a little of your history since Charles Johansson joined you.
Johansson. I believed in him once. He was our martyr. We carried his work to the foot of his holy cryo chamber. We knew that one day he would return to take us to this glorious future.
And he did return.
Yeah, he was now the translator. He was delusional only as the greatest zealots are. He believed he knew the will of Tesla. He was going to create a gateway, a celestial conduit between heaven and earth. He called it the immortal coil.
Gotcha.
He was determined to build it at any cost. And in the end, we banished him from the society. But he didn't stay banished. Months later, he returned with a small group of men, led by the one known as Slade. They attacked the facility, sparing no one. I saw Slade himself put a gun to my wife's head while she begged for her life. And he pulled the trigger. When it was over, they removed every trace of the Tesla Legacy Society. Its files, its equipment. There was only one thing left behind.
And that was?
A key bit of information. The spirit radio frequencies. They were stored in the clouds that Charles never knew about.
And these were important.
It may be the only way to stop Charles from activating the immortal coil.
And that would be bad?
It's very bad. As in splitting the planet in two bad. I'll tell you where to find the egg. But I need you to find those frequencies first.
Before I head off to the Tesla Legacy Society, I get a call from Thompson Auld inviting me over to his house. Sounds like he's ready to talk.
Any luck locating the spirit radio?
I've got some leads, but it all seems to tie to something called the immortal coil.
I found something that you might find interesting. They did some experiments with interfacing brain circuitry. You might have been one of the first test subjects.
I'm sorry.
Memories are simply electronic impulses, and we are the sum of our memories. Now, on a cellular level, you're a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. But your essence is exactly the same as it was that night with Chelsea outside of the Golden Pagoda.
How do you know about Chelsea?
Well, first, and you may already know this, Chelsea is Margaret Leonard's daughter. Now, Margaret had lost her husband, and she was overwhelmed. So she put Chelsea in the care of a mutant family, the Bandos, and then tried to forget that she'd ever had a child.
That's pretty cold.
Well, it was a decision that she's regretted for decades. And years later, when she found Chelsea living at the Ritz, she rented a room so she could be close, but never revealed her true identity.
Yeah, and that's why we got abducted.
Now, Margaret was being funded by Gideon Enterprises, and an opportunistic manager named Dalton Fisk found out that Margaret's husband had stolen some very important documents.
The Tesla cache.
Dalton tried to force Margaret into reanimating Charles, but she refused and then disappeared. But then Dalton discovered that she had a daughter, and he came after her. Now, this much I can tell you. She's alive and well and living a new life. But I hope you'll understand that even if I could tell you more, I wouldn't.
Margaret was so frightened for Chelsea she gave her away. I mean, if I have to, I will too, because I never want to put Chelsea's life in danger.
I'm glad that you see it that way. It's really for the best. And now you have your own new life.
Oh, that's different.
Which reminds me, I meant to get you the canister.
Yeah, except I can't remember my new life.
Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. But if you decide to use the spirit radio to try to get answers, you'll need help. Wait here.
This is where I come in. How about we go get that cryo chamber with old Maggie's head in it?
We can't let him have it.
Hold on, partner there. No need to get violent or anything. Let's just see if we can work this out, okay?
Oh, up there, is it?
You're hurt pretty bad. We've got to get you to the hospital.
No, you have to stop him. If they get inside her head, it will undo everything that Mason was fighting for.
Look, I know what they're after, and I think I can beat them to it. It's the Tesla egg, so let's just get you out of here.
Go! Go!
You're coming with me. Come on. I couldn't shake the look of fear I saw in Alt's eyes as he was lying in a pool of his own blood. Slade had blown a hole through the little man without even a second thought. Could I really have been partners with someone like that? Maybe I did change over the last 7 years, but if I did, it has to be possible to change back. I need a weapon I can use against these psychopaths. I knew my only hope was somewhere at the Tesla Institute. Slade's trumped me at every corner, but the ace may be at Tesla.
Okay, can I now go back to the resort? No. I've been waiting for this opportunity for so long. I thought I would get another chance since we went back there at some point, but no. Alright. Saving again real quick. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
The jungle's reclaiming this area in all directions. It's a security card.
Use it.
This is my first step in getting the spirit radio frequencies. Nina said I have to get the power up and running in the reception area to get through to the atrium. It's a key. It's a battery. Come.
There was something else here.
Well,
I'm gonna take that. No comics though.
This gum is too hard to work as a DNA sample. However, if I get it wet, it may become useful.
Is this wet?
It's a styrofoam cup. Take that, environmentalists.
How was I gonna make it wet?
Big Jim Slate was merciless. Well, water cooler's out of order. Big Jim Slate was merciless.
These have to be empty, and they are.
Big Jim Slate was merciless.
I really need to go back there. I don't remember. Oh.
Well, it's a bottle of glycerin,
Here
known for
we go.
moisturizing.
What crime against humanity have you created? I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it.
Okay. I'll take this. Many people could use the new chair tags. That doesn't mean they're gonna take just any chair and lug it around. So let's see. 27 something. 276.
Wow, a smoke bomb.
Okay.
This button must open the door to the atrium.
Place the chair. Open the gates. Use the bomb. Just like that.
Well, so far so good. I need to get to the Titan reactor, which is only accessible on the second floor.
Okay. I don't even need to hide.
Another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Dark chocolate.
Worth it. Okay. Anything here?
Everything's destroyed in here. Everything's destroyed in here.
No comics? Alright. Unless I missed it.
Oh, it's Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Butterscotch on the rocks. Morlocks become cannibals.
Dun dun dun. Alright, and here we're having battery. I don't need that. Power it up. Release the beast. And enjoy the cinematic. Just like that. Alright. This is good enough. Now into that place. Oh, that was a little bit close-ish.
It's amazing what time, humidity, and explosive devices can do to efficient. The Masters of Mayhem missed this.
Yep, and that's about it. And I'll go over this place. No. There you go, Tex. I think that's a good place to save. That was a nice first level. Nice progress.
Must be quite the executive lounge. I need a card to get inside. Well, there's no card reader at this door. I'll have to find another way around.
Yeah, I had to go the opposite way around. Oh well.
Boy, screwdriver. It's a battery.
Okay, so where were all the things here? They weren't here. Possible.
This card could get me inside the executive lounge.
Yep. I'll need to go there. Also, this is... oh, that's the auditorium. I'll take a little something here
Device may hold some interesting information.
and play it. Wait, what? Was that it? That's it.
We would like to share the results of a special study we conducted into the potential increase of seismic activity, resulting directly from the artificial augmentation of electromagnetic georesonance, a direct result of amplifying the effectiveness of Tesla's apparatus for transmitting electromagnetic energy. What Johansson continually fails to understand, or perhaps even ignore, is the fact that based on simulations we have run, if the tower proves to be as effective as estimated, the results have the potential to be catastrophic on a global scale. If we were to amplify the output to levels which Johansson is determined to achieve, combining our results with Tesla's own findings from his New York experiment in 1898, we may very well be responsible for causing seismic activity that could shatter our planet into pieces.
Okay. Good to know. Or some might say good theory. So let's see, active lounge, yes indeed.
Warlock looks to be blind, but I bet his hearing's still pretty good. Quiet at all costs.
You'll be fine.
Delicious red bolt.
Delicious red bolt. Alright, nice. So now need to get way over there somewhere. Was it here? Yes, it is.
Is that a spider the size of a wolverine that just entered that room?
That's the wrong direction. Can I? Let's see. I think there was a small opening. It goes there, which is actually where I need to go. Okay. Yep. This works. You don't have to even wait for him to come back. Alright, so take this.
Tesla's director of operations reminds me of my smart-ass professor in college. Belittled and riffed all of my efforts.
And this.
Sticks. Yummy. glue gun. Perfect for arts and crafts projects.
I think there was one more thing.
Well,
Yes.
scissors.
Alright.
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it. Stop. Just stop. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. What crime against humanity have you created?
I bet this mask could fool this guy's mother.
Right. Well, I'm ready to go. Oh, I need to use the battery here. How convenient.
Step within the accepted range. Identity not detected. Access denied. Step within the accepted range. Welcome, Kevin Maltby. Access granted.
Welcome to the Titan reactor. Somewhere in here is the key to restoring power to this facility.
Yep, I'm gonna look around first. I think I didn't need to, but
Elevator unlocked.
I'll do it anyway. So nothing else here. Okay. That's going down. What the heck was that? I've never seen this before.
Mike and Ike hammer.
Okay.
Angels and chocolate smudges.
That's a new one. I've played through this game like 6 or 7 or more times, but that's the first time I see this guy slash ghost. I guess maybe I was too fast for something. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This way. That. Yep, I remember correctly.
I came down to Tesla yesterday to get the Spirit radio frequencies. Now I find myself on center stage in a Titan reactor with a possible meltdown scenario in progress. I need to restore the cooling rods to stop the process, but only if I don't want to be at ground zero of a nuclear wasteland with a 200-mile radius. Great, I've got to insert the cooling rods back into the middle of the Titan core. I need to get to the 3rd floor and then press the rods in the proper order.
Malfunction.
Trial and error.
Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 10% compromised. Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature overload. Containment field 40% compromised. Malfunction. Malfunction. Core temperature.
Alright, so how was it?
70% compromised.
1. Yep. 2, 1, 3.
Malfunction.
malfunction.
4.
Core temperature overload.
Feel 90% compromised.
Alright. Let's check here again. Then interesting, I already got this. Okay. Oh, I died. Nice.
On my list of preferable ways to go, this is definitely not one of them.
Well, I thought it would be fast now, but that wasn't. Thankfully the game auto-saved, otherwise I would have had to redo a big chunk. Or maybe not a big chunk, but still several puzzles.
We need to get to the communication center on level 3.
Oh, of course. What the heck?
Nice little plasma cutter. This baby could cut through almost anything.
Okay, actually there was something. Yep.
This type of silicone makes an incredibly hard shell, almost impenetrable. If I could find a way to disperse it, it could be useful.
Another battery.
This mech battery could be useful, but it needs to be recharged.
That's battery
There's
needs.
a recharging station nearby.
Over here to the right, you can get the spray gun, was it?
It's a silicone spray gun. Oh, I've used these before to create a blast-proof shell.
And not much I
This
can do
station is
with
monitoring
this.
a mech. It looks like it's in some sort of beehive.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Really?
This station charges mech batteries, and I'll need a plasma container for it to work. Now we need to find the satellite control. Now we need to find the satellite control system.
I don't need to be here yet. This is. Yeah, this will work. I can make use of this. So where was this place I had to go to? Oh, that's it. Yep. Nothing else here.
I could do it.
Okay, so now I guess I go to level 4.
Mike and Ike Hammer, the Licorice Forest. Oh, an industrial strength bug bomb. Fire extinguisher. Good for extinguishing fires. I'm gonna have to restart the entire satellite system. I need to find the auxiliary power station to reset it.
I guess I'll wait for this. Okay. And now I should be ready to enter, I believe. I think that I checked everything else. I'm just gonna save, just to be sure.
Set up shop. Be able to cross through. fire before I can get inside the auxiliary power room.
And here we have yet another puzzle. Let's see, how was that? I need to take care of 3 and 6. Okay, 6 is orange and red, and the other one is green and red. Not sure what I was. So this will come up first.
Well, that should do it. Now I should go back to the communication center and bring down all the spirit radio frequencies.
I'm on it. It should be this way. Those away. I have no idea what comes of this electric ball here. Maybe as soon as you go to level 4, or maybe something else triggers it. I have no clue. Is this where I need to be? Nope. There it is. Alright.
The oscilloscopes on the spirit radio each need to have both the frequency and amplitude adjusted. The lines will start white and then turn yellow once the amplitude or frequency is correct. Once the desired frequency is achieved, the line will turn blue and the operator can move on to the next oscilloscope. There are 3 stages to the spirit radio. Once complete, the operator will be able to make contact with the dead. After I downloaded the spirit radio frequencies, it was time for me to leave the Tesla Legacy Society and visit Mantis at the Swamp House to find out the exact location of the Tesla egg. After Tesla, I headed straight back to the Swamp House to talk to Mantis. Now that I had the spirit radio frequencies, maybe he would disclose the location of the Tesla egg.
I'm losing control! Here, take the instruction. Only one way to destroy the coil. Use the power against itself. You must take the egg there. One frequency market found it. You have to do it now. I'm losing control! Spread radio resonance smoking smooth, split the coil in pieces.
Mantis, you gotta hold it together.
I can't.
You gotta tell me where the egg is.
The egg is at Court Tower! Court Tower! Just do me a favor. You tell Slade to meet you there, because he's gonna pay for what he's done to me. I'm gonna kill him. Just have him meet me.
Mantis gives me instructions and hands me a Geiger counter, which he says will help reveal the location of the egg at Coit Tower.
Mantis said the Tesla egg was hidden at Coit Tower. We better find him before someone else does.
Alright, let's check. Did I do it? Yes, this time I got them all. Good. Now, can I go back to the resort? Probably not. Nope. It was a one-time deal. I don't think I need to speak to anybody. I mean, I didn't speak to anyone last
Seriously,
time
we
in
are
this
the
stage.
dynamic duo, don't you think?
Certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with? Don't know about that.
Uh-huh. I guess so.
Perhaps I've been wrong about
Do
you,
a
Murphy.
quick
What can I
loop.
do to help? No. Next.
Wow, you were a big help.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir? That's the witch. At least that's what I call her. A couple times I've seen this old lady sneaking around the neighborhood. Would if I could. Don't know.
I hope you don't mind, Mike. I've been telling folks in the neighborhood about your situation, just so they know it's the old Tex they're dealing with. Let me know what else I can do for you.
Trying to interrupt the restaurant?
Sorry.
Okay.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
I guess I don't.
Always happy to help out my best tenant. Let me think. No.
Having a detective hanging around isn't exactly great for business, Tex. I'm gonna have to start charging you. Keep this up,
I think
and I need to start charging you.
I spoke with her only once in this playthrough. Alright. Oh, I forgot. Harley.
Hey Tex, how's your case progressing? Can't help you there.
Alright. Yeah, I just don't have much to ask about. Like, most stuff is already figured out. At this point of the game. Gonna quickly take
It's
these.
a pair of anti-gravity lifters.
And here it is.
I took the elevator to the top and waited for Slade, according to Manus' instructions.
Hello, mate. What you got there?
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you, dreams, visions of Donnelly? Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does, and he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, There's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
Mantis finally got his revenge, and Slade got what he deserved.
Okay. I wonder if maybe now we have a couple of lines. Now we have this egg, although why would others need to know about it? Maybe they don't.
Hey, Murph, how you doing? What can I do for you?
Yep, they don't. So you go back to your office to plan your next move, and suddenly...
Murphy!
I lay in a semi-conscious state, hearing fragments of conversation between Dalton and some other guy. I'm transported to a location in New Mexico where underground nuclear testing experiments were carried out in the 1950s. I remember a map where all the Titan reactors around the world were linked together to one location, the launch pad of the immortal coil. Time to play up my last hand.
Do you have to sneak up on people all the time?
You see that rather large, old-fashioned looking piece of equipment? That was your home for a very long time.
Apartment overview?
Well, it is smaller than my current apartment. Is it rent controlled?
And you have the egg. Wonderful. I must confess, I'm surprised to see you. Dalton and Slade were convinced that you'd never bring the egg here voluntarily.
Oh wow, I don't even have a third option. Sure, we made a deal.
Yeah, well, a deal's a deal. You said you'd get my memory back if I brought you the egg.
Still, unlike me, they knew you way back when they used words like idealist, naive.
Dartboard, punching bag.
I've always been an idealist myself. But I find it's the pragmatists like Dalton and Slade who get things done. Without Dalton, I wouldn't be here. And Dalton wouldn't have had the opportunities he did if Slade hadn't helped him rise through the ranks of Gideon Enterprises.
And Slade wouldn't be here if I hadn't returned the favor and got him out of prison.
Good behavior ruled out.
Well, I knew it wasn't good behavior. I mean, what part was I playing in this evil little cabal?
Surely by now you know that you were J.T. Donnelly.
I do.
Protector, hired gun and confidant of Nikola Tesla.
Lying to be younger.
I knew my birth certificate must have been off.
You don't
Oh, was this what I chose
How
last
do you
time?
explain your visions of Donnelly's life?
Could have been.
Well, I think it's the Tesla egg. Donnelly hid it in the wall of the apartment. I didn't even start having the dreams until I moved in.
The spirit radio allows us to communicate with the dead, not the egg. The egg merely amplifies it.
Yeah? Well, I had a radio. I mean, there are other explanations, but I got to admit they all sound insane to me.
And yet you can't deny the visions. The egg may have had an effect on your subconscious, your spiritual DNA. But you weren't receiving messages, you were remembering. Everything has led to this. A reunion of consciousness. But not just for you, for us all. This is what Tesla intended. His death ray, the spirit radio, the Tesla egg, all brought together to create a celestial conduit, the immortal coil, that will redeem and purify this depraved planet and create a literal heaven on earth. True immortality, timelessness, no sickness, death, or pain. All needs met and achieved through the genius of Tesla! If you would be so kind as to step out there and place the egg.
Alright.
Where's Slade?
He's gone, just like you.
Tex, you have come here seeking answers through the spirit radio. Please do so. But you'll only have a few minutes. Then none of the answers will matter because the world will be reborn.
Margaret! Margaret Leonard, can you hear me?
It's so cold. Dark and so empty. Is there someone there? I feel a presence.
It's me, Tex Murphy.
I'm trying to contact you through the spirit radio. You've got to help me, Margaret.
I can hear you, but you sound so far away. Tex? Tex? I can't see anything, but I can hear you. I have no sensation. It's as though I'm floating in a void. Where am I? Tex, are you there?
Margaret, I need your help. Focus on the sound of my voice. I've got to ask you some questions. Why did you erase my memory?
I had to protect my daughter. You knew what happened to her, and I couldn't trust you. Not the man you've become.
What's my connection with Donnelly? Is that me?
You are who you want to be, Tex. When I used the transducer on you, it restored you to whom you were. Don't go back.
Tell me how to get my memory back.
I can't do that, Tex. You are the sum of your memories. I took things from you. Repressing your dark memories was my way of atoning for what I did.
How do I destroy the immortal coil?
Find the frequency. The one I found. The one Tesla found before me. It will destroy itself. There'll be no way they can stop it this time. Charles!
I take a long elevator ride to the surface and make a few calls to get some help. It's a pretty good time to reflect on all that's happened. It's obvious to me that Margaret injected me for a reason. She knew the man I'd become over the last 7 years had become too treacherous to trust anymore, and she was right. That night of the injection, I must have made a deal with the devil to betray her and Mason, and the 50 G's were my 30 pieces of silver. Margaret knew instinctively I was going to betray them, and that's why she broke away earlier. But I think she also knew that the man I was 7 years ago would do the right thing and try to stop the translator. That's why she only erased my memory for the last 7 years. I guess each of us had sins we needed to atone for. Now I've got to find out how all of this is going to play out.
Danwich, what are you doing here?
I put a tracking app on your smart Alex when you let me download that video of Bowers.
Serves me right for trusting a cop. You've been tailing me the whole time?
No, I wanted to trust you, I really did. But you're a suspect in some unsolved cases, and I thought, possibly and quite likely, you'd go back to your old MO at some point. Tex Murphy, you're under arrest.
You're arresting me? For what?
For the murder of Jim Slade and another as yet unidentified male.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
The bodies were thrown from Coit Tower, and we have witnesses that saw you leave the scene immediately after.
Now, I can explain that.
I understand. Slade was a very bad man, and probably deserved it. But I told you before, I won't tolerate vigilantism.
Lieutenant, wait. I have something for you. Evidence of a mass murder that took place at the Tesla Legacy Society. It's related to at least 3 unsolved disappearances in your jurisdiction.
That's very interesting, and we'll talk about it as soon as I make this arrest.
No, hold on. Slade is the one who led this mass murder.
You have evidence of this?
I've got everything. Eyewitness testimony, sworn affidavits, even security video of the attack. You can resolve a bunch of cases and give closure to the victims' families.
And in exchange for this evidence?
Let Tex go. He's done nothing wrong. If he'd come to you, you wouldn't have been able to do anything. He risked his own life to do the right thing. I think he's a hero.
This is the last exception I make for you.
Well, fine by me. I mean, when am I going to find myself in this situation again?
You get those files to me?
Right away. Thank you, Lieutenant.
That's too much. So, you saved my bacon.
I kind of like your bacon.
Well, I'm just not used to somebody saving me.
But that's what partners do, right? What do you say, cowboy?
Yeah, what do you say? I'd say it's been a while since I saddled up, but I like your form.
I think you'd be impressed with how well I performed down the backstretch.
Well, I must say you're pretty impressive coming out of the gate.
It all depends on who's in the saddle.
Are we talking about the same thing?
I know what I'm talking about.
Maybe it's not a perfect world, but it's the best I've got. I might have been somebody else over the past 7 years, but I'm ready to leave that behind me. I've been given a second chance and I intend to make the most of it. I sense this is just the beginning of something bigger, and what comes next may not be easy. But then again, what is?
Alright, GG's. And I'm gonna skip this. And this time we got this stuff.
We interrupt your programming here at New San Francisco Voice Channel 6 for an urgent bulletin. A tragedy in our fair metropolis today as all 3 members of the Knights Templar without a K have been found murdered in the sewers near Telegraph Hill. The images we're about to show are graphic and may be upsetting to some viewers. This trio of self-proclaimed superheroes have, according to their blogs, been protecting our city from the forces of darkness, and indeed, violent crime is down almost 0.5%, putting our crime rate only slightly higher than Syria. Recent tweets from the victims describe battles against an invading army of Morlocks, the fictional characters from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. When asked to comment on the slain Crusaders, one police officer at the scene said, quote, "Hell, they probably killed each other on accident." So while we may not have witnessed the gallant exploits of these stealthy vigilantes, or even once experienced the terror and destruction of demon spawn, it is with a heavy heart that we here at the New San Francisco Voice say to the Knights Templar without a K, thank you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Knights Templar, okay. Alright. Very nice. You get this intermission only if you choose certain tracks. Oh, really? Okay. Whatever. I don't think I died as many times. I don't know why I got less. Oh, maybe because I didn't ask about everything and I didn't earn as many points. Okay, so when you collect all of the Mike and I comics, you get a save game when you finish the game, and it's called Day 13 Storage. It's the storage room in Texas apartment that is usually locked, and that gives you access to several cutscenes and some references to the previous games.
O Lord, we beseech thee, give us strength,
courage,
protection. Hail, fellow countrymen. We are ready to begin our quest.
hunting the dreadful night beast. Make haste.
Sorry, Tex, we gotta run.
Farewell, Sir Larry, Curly, and Moe. Be sure to tell Snow White you're gonna be late for breakfast.
Nice Templar without a K. Uh-huh.
Aye, Rusty. We hardly knew ye.
There was, I think, one spoiler video cutscene type of thingy from a previous game.
Yeah, not many people wake up from blackouts with new furniture.
Ah, the Llama Club.
Yeah, not many people wake up from blackouts with new
I didn't go there this time. This plays music. I think Yeah, this how to stop it. Or not. Okay, well, some of these. Some dull tunes. And I think these are pictures of some of the game creators. I don't know, can I turn it off somehow? Maybe if I reload.
Saturday nights, I push the furniture to the walls and cut loose on the dance floor.
Uncouth, underemployed, unstable.
Okay, so I cannot get out of here. I'm now going to load one of those saves. I think it was this one. Yep, that's the one. So this should be it. These are 4 digits. I only tried 635. I tried 169. Oh, unless this is. But why is it there? And that's a little bit off to the side and didn't pay attention to it. Could that be it? Nothing here. So 16 times 9, 90 and 54 and 144. Yeah, okay.
Where did I get this kind of money? Did I really turn into a gun-for-hire mercenary that everybody's afraid of?
There's something about this setup that just feels wrong, like advanced mind manipulation. This place is littered with items to make you think you're someone you're not. We already know they injected you with a trance inducer. They're pulling the strings to deceive you into doing something for them.
Well then, I don't know what it says. OBV something, text but free something.
Where did I get this kind of money?
Oh, it shows me your balance. 1 million, 1.5 million, not bad. Offshore Bank of Venezuela. Okay.
Money in an offshore account? I trust I earned this legitimately, I hope.
Yeah. That's all we can do. Hope. So that's about it for this room. Oh, that's
women in my past who were
the memory gun.
vicious, mean, nasty, and rotten to the core. I still think fondly of her almost every day.
Naturally. Okay, well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time.